読み起こですか? Hey, what Chocoman will reacting to?
Dokibird, someone tried to cancel Dokibird over stupid shit.
Who's Dokibird?
Okay, I think Rev goes on information. She used to work for Niji Sanji to the point where she had to leave because they were pretty much abusing her, like psychologically.
Oh, is this the one who
Tried to kill herself twice and they made fun of her.
Oh, and she did end up becoming like her own.
Yeah, and she exposed Niji Sanji. I mean, it ruined Niji's like image ever since.
Good. Welcome to Ice of Dragon.
So today we're going to be talking about the fallout stemming from this controversial video uploaded by the YouTuber Cat Liente, or as she is now known as, Cat in Chat. So she made this hit piece targeting the VTuber Dokibird, which was a big mistake because she is one of the most respected and well-liked VTubers in the scene. She also has a reputation for going above and beyond to support artists, and in this hit piece, Cat Liente is essentially accusing Dokibird of scamming her own audience, having this charity PC giveaway where she did not deliver on many different aspects of that. Well, as it turns out, there was a lot of lies in this video that have been debunked by Doki.
Okay, so basically, so this person was claiming that she was scamming, but she was actually
Doki's the one that got scammed. I think Rev goes into it, but basically her management company she got after she worked with Niji Sanji tried to take over her brand. And at the same time, the person she's buying the PC from initially cost was $6,000. He kept upping the price up until $15,000.
Oh my god, girl can't catch a break.
Yeah. And by the way, and tried to claim it took him 120 hours to build the PC.
Fuck you.
Now, when we built my PC, now granted it's not the super fancy kind.
It's good enough. The fact that you did that on your own with your little knowledge of PC stuff.
It took me, 8 hours? And that's looking at YouTube videos.
Exactly.
What the hell took 120 hours to 200 hours to build a PC? Anyway.
Bird herself. And as you can see, Cat bit off more than she could chew here because it's blowing up in her face. You can see the dislike ratio. It's really, really bad. And before we get into the details of the situation, I have some good news, ladies and gentlemen. The campaign has been extended by 1 additional day.
Damn ourselves.
Jar for the summer.
You're excited to get your Kirsha one, huh?
Subject of this hit piece. As you can see, she is a very successful indie VTuber, but her history is very important here. So, back a few years ago, she worked with Niji Sanji, the VTuber agency, as Selen Tatsuki. This is her account. She was eventually terminated. She was fired from the...
So that was her original account when she was with Niji Sanji?
Yeah.
Agency in February of 2024, stemming from many different things, but as she was terminated, Dokibird shared her experience with the company and all of the things that went wrong, including the favoritism in the company, the fact that Dokibird spent hundreds of thousands of dollars for various events and tournaments at Niji Sanji in their benefit, and she was never compensated for that. She also revealed that she was bullied by people in the company to the point of attempt.
So basically, she did not get paid for work that she did, and people harassed her.
Yep.
In the workplace.
In her own life twice. It was that bad. And how did Niji Sanji respond to this? Well, they made this infamous black screen video on YouTube uploaded by one of their talents where Alir Pandora and 2 of her fellow gen mates, they made statements about the Dokibird controversy and essentially threw their former friend under the bus.
Wow.
They said crazy out-of-pocket things about her. They even revealed that they were looking at some of her private...
I'm sorry, no, these people were not her friends at all. They were just, work associates at best.
Yeah, black screen of death.
Information. They even tried to basically say she was a dangerous individual that they're afraid of. All of it a bunch of BS. And as you can see by the like-dislike ratio on this backfired horribly. In fact, I would say this is the worst PR moment.
Hold on. Fuck the 33K who liked.
In the
there's some Niji stands out there.
But anyways, she would return to her former account Dokibird, and she would have immense levels of success. Her debut stream, her re-debut stream, she would have over 100,000 concurrent viewers, and to this day, she is doing really, really well. And she is someone, like I said earlier in the video, she is very well respected among artists because she has gone above and beyond to compensate them, even when she was working with Niji Sanji, the company wasn't actually providing any compensation. She did so out of her own pocket. That's the kind of person that Dokibird is. So who's the other person involved here? Well, it's Cat Liente, and she is someone who is the definition of a tourist. Someone who is showing interest in things they don't actually know anything about. You can see from her her profile here on Twitter, she is a content creator, advice TikToker, and also a news YouTuber. Now, you can see the moment everything changed.
News. You know, it's never good when they're involved with news.
Yeah.
For Cat Liente. About a year ago, this is what her YouTube channel looks like. It's all about giving content creators advice, right? All these videos, a couple thousand views per video, right? But this is the moment everything changed. You can see the literal video that changed it all for her. This VTuber was scammed. VTuber drama, and it gets 93,000 views. And this is what her channel looks like nowadays. She completely flipped the script 100%. She did a 180 the second she saw that she was getting more views talking about drama. And of course, there's nothing wrong with talking about drama. I'm talking about drama. I regularly talk about drama, but the difference is
we're co-talking about drama on top of someone else talking about drama. We're reacting to the drama.
The difference is she doesn't know how to
research?
Yeah.
We don't know how to research. We're just lapping on other people's stuff.
I'm actually invested. I care about the things I'm talking about. Kat has over and over again shown that she is a tourist. She doesn't understand what she's talking about, and she tries to make serious videos and serious claims about people, especially in the VTubing industry, that she has no idea about. She doesn't understand the underlying subjects, and it leads to either dishonest information or, in my belief, sometimes an intentional misrepresentation of situations to fulfill her own agenda. Never more evidenced than this video right here. I talked about this last summer. She made this ridiculous video about this lolly VTuber group. There obviously had some controversy, but they were being...
But they're so cute and squishy.
Absolutely blasted by a harassment campaign that went very, very strong on them. They were being harassed endlessly. They were being mass reported. They lost several of their accounts as a result of this. They were being threatened with doxing. They were being threatened with all sorts of things, to the point where one of the members of this group attempted their own life. And after that happened, one of the VTubers in this group made a response on Discord where they were showing their frustration about the situation they're in, and Kat took that and completely flipped the script. What? She said they were the ones who started a harassment campaign. She blamed them.
Sorry for being you went too crazy at the gym. Yeah, you go, woohoo! Welcome.
I would go to the gym, but I'm too sick right now.
We can't go to the gym, aren't they closed?
Yeah, you missed the cum pizza.
You missed cum pizza and furries.
Completely misrepresented the entire situation because it fulfilled her own agenda. And when she was called out for this and she was exposed, she said it didn't matter because the people involved in this group were too small to ever put a dent in her career.
Oh.
Gio, I've been lurking for a while and I don't know if you mentioned this yet.
I already hate her.
How dare you have a Pokemon plush?
I haven't talked about the lollipop stuff. I will not talk about
what
it
the
on
fuck?
because I didn't make a video about it. But my Twitch will
It's too sexual for the cum pizza.
get banned if I talk about it on stream due to how sensitive the topics are. So I'm gonna record it off stream. Didn't know if you mentioned, but worried with all the people that are with the lollipop group organizing a mass report raid. Yeah, what are they gonna do? Mass report me?
Wow, you're a bitch.
Nice try. Look, I'm gonna be fully honest, and this is gonna be mean. They're not big enough to put a dent in me, to be honest, okay?
Yep.
I've already called out Gideon, and I had the entirety of Gideon's fan base mass report me. So...
Sheesh.
Their little lolly accounts is not gonna put a dent into me.
So now that you have a sense of
Damn.
who Cat Liente is, you understand why people would be already very hesitant to see her talking about Dokibird at any capacity, and why this video is such a epic disaster. So it's an hour and 48 minutes. You better like this video because I sat here and listened to her.
Oh God.
I'm surprised he didn't bubble himself after listening to that for an hour and a half.
Bubble.
That's the gun's replacement word.
Bubble.
Dribble for nearly 2 hours so I could present this to you. I'm going to give you the TLDR in this situation because I'm not going to make you sit here and react to
Yay!
hours of content on something that she got wrong in almost every regard.
Thank
but
you,
basically,
Rev.
she's accusing Dokibird of scamming some of her audience, where she had this PC charity giveaway where she had the highest bidder who would be who would receive a custom PC, obviously based on Dokibird. And this was something that was going on for about a year. The person who won this,
Okay, so it was also doodled on to look like her too.
Yeah.
Dude, I don't care. That's still not as epic as that 1,000 Sunny PC we saw.
obviously
I
gave
wish I
thousands of
could've built
dollars
that.
to this campaign to be the winner. And there was complications. There was a lot of miscommunication between Dokibird, her management, and the winner of this contest. But Cat Liente makes it very clear she is blaming Dokibird for the actions of her team, which is very important. Remember
that's
that later
horrible.
in this video. But then she also tries to say that there was no PC delivered, that the person who won this competition was basically shorted out of what they were entitled to. And she also makes a very strong point of saying the artist who was making this PC was shorted by Dokibird and her team, and that this is some big scam going on. Let's just get a small sense of what she was saying in this video with her introduction.
This is
Cat gone fucked up on this.
Yeah.
so piping hot. None of you guys have actually heard about it before because it has not been posted anywhere. This is about a big VTuber by the name of Dokibird and a charity stream that Doki had hosted
This was an hour and 45 minutes long, or almost 2 hours long.
over a year ago. It's actually crazy how bad this all falls apart. Managers like, why does it cost so much? Why couldn't you donate it? Da 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 da. Right? How is this the artist's fault? How is this the artist's responsibility?
It's the artist's fault when you sit there and keep changing the price.
And not deliver, because they never delivered.
That your team screwed up. We're a totally different.
Speaking of artists, oh, we're close to getting some more cute little emojis. We're close to getting an actual, what is it? Logo.
Yeah, where's we got the logo?
Oh yeah, we do get the logo. Ooh, I need a twiddle with that.
Legal entity from the
I'm doing that,
And a
man.
special cute little picture of me with my cute kitty.
And when we get that in, then I'm going to commission someone to make an intro and outro for our YouTube videos.
And then we got that one art piece.
That's coming in. That's our
I think he said that they would deliver around the 28th, right?
point. Yeah, this week. It's our
29th?
screen intro for stream.
And then you got how's your VTube model going?
I need to message them back because Twitter DMs were down for a while, so I should probably message them back.
Ah, okie dokie.
company. The old company had no official agreements with you, and the new company is looking into this and also have no agreements with you, let alone take over things of the old company. To this day, the artist has not been compensated for their labor, nor has the bidder received a PC. And it appears there's a new builder who is doing the build for free. I made this document, so I want to make sure I'm covering this correctly. Is this real? Unfortunately, it is.
So as you probably already guessed, a lot of this information shared in her video was a complete misrepresentation of what actually occurred, and Dokibird felt compelled enough by Cat Liente's video to release a Google Doc on Twitter
Google Doggy.
explaining her side of the story and debunking pretty much everything that Cat said in that nearly 2-hour long hit piece. And of course, it's like, imagine being so foul that Dokibird releases a Google Doc on you. That's absolutely insane. But in this, I'm going to summarize what Dokibird said. So let's begin with the intro here. So, full statement on the charity auction and recent allegations. To everyone following the situation regarding the charity auction, I want to address the claims that have been circulating, particularly in a recent video. This has been an incredibly difficult experience, but I believe the full story deserves to be heard. First and foremost, I accept the handling of this auction item was far from ideal. I want to sincerely apologize to those impacted, especially the winner, for the
Yeah, we probably shouldn't do anything like this, huh? If anything,
Delays
if we...
and-
I'm on the boggin.
Boogin.
Let me finish talking.
Finish talking.
A funny thing, if we do anything like this, it would be of my own art pieces.
Yeah. But not a $6,000
fusion,
PC.
and I tremendously
Yeah.
appreciate the patience and support the winner has shown me. I take responsibility for how things unfolded, but I also need to be transparent about the challenges that were taking place behind the scenes, many of which have not been shared publicly until now. I feel that it is time that I share this with everyone, as I am coming to terms with what occurred in the summer. At the time of the auction was concluding, I was in the middle of a serious and distressing transition. My previous management team had taken full control of my brand, and I was actively working with lawyers and the police to reclaim ownership of Dokibird. During this time, I was also forced to move out of my home under...
That's disgusting.
They were like, you sign a management team, they take over the rights to your V2 model.
How you do that? Was it like in the
Clever-
fine print bullshit?
Yeah.
police supervision, a situation so severe it required formal reports and the help of personal friends and staff. It was during this incredibly turbulent time that the charity item fell into the hands of my team while I was trying to survive and restart my life from the ground up. I won't go into too much detail, but this screenshot is a snapshot of how bad it was. And she'll go on to talk about how she passed this off to her management, some of which are no longer working with her, and there was a lot of miscommunication. That is very clear, right? And in this, the sort of giveaway here that was supposed to be happening, it kept taking more and more time. And it took about a year for a actual resolution to be met. But understand, like I said earlier, Kat puts all of the blame on Dokibird. She says, your actions of your manager are attributable to you. There was no contract.
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty way of putting it.
No, it's the manager who's responsible, not the worker.
There's no formal agreement, so the confusion on various ends was in part because of these managers. Kat is saying that misunderstanding is all on Dokibird. Please remember that standard when we talk about some things and some controversies that Kat is currently facing. So what are we even talking about with this PC? Well, here's the problem. There was a couple $1,000s spent on the charity auction. That's what the winner actually contributed. But what were they being charged? What was Dokibird being charged by this PC maker? Nearly $15,000. It started off at $6,000, then it went to $8,000, then to $12,000, then to $14,900.
When they jump to 8,000, I'm going to tell them get fucked and go somewhere else.
Yeah, exactly. You don't. I'm sorry. When you commission something and the price jumps like that, that's horrible. There was no reason for it. Especially, I wonder if if they even sent any, like, progress pictures or any up-to-date stuff on the damn thing.
Nope.
To build a PC. Now, I've never built a PC, but I'm sure people in the audience have done so.
Mine was...
Yeah, you. Ours was 3.
3, and it took me maybe a day and a half. And that's me not knowing what the fuck I was doing.
You're following YouTube videos, and our computer works fine and it's good.
It's got lights. It's shiny.
Does it cost $15,000 to build a PC?
No.
I don't think so. And there was also a $4,000 cancellation fee being pushed onto Dokibird.
The only reason I could see it being worth that much is if it was that 1000 Sunny PC.
Even then.
If it had all those intricate bits to it and it actually looked like the 1000 Sunny ship and it's a PC.
If she didn't want to follow through on this, which of course, again, there was no contract. There was no expectation of anything. So this person who was involved in making this PC was making up terms as they went and was trying to jack up the price of this entire build to the point of absolutely ridiculous numbers, like $15,000 to make this. Now,
scam.
I've seen those like super PCs that like 10 grand, but they have like dual processors. You can put like 2 graphics cards in them. Those are usually 10 to 15 grand. Those are like high-end PCs.
And I doubt this thing's gonna be that good.
Yeah.
What did they actually do? What was the work that they provided that would yield nearly $15,000? Here it is.
Oh.
That's everything. This
Wait.
The whole the actual drawing, that was it. That's all she got.
That's not even the actual thing. That's just a concept art.
Yeah, that's all she got.
I bet this person didn't even do the concept art.
is everything. Start to finish. This is the only thing that the artist ever provided. And also, by the way, the artist name was redacted in the Google Doc that Kat used, which, of course, is no longer available. She redacted all of the names except for Dokibird. This is so important that she has to fight for the justice of this artist, but won't share their name. Make it make sense. Now, let me make this even more clear here. This artist, this PC builder, pretty much produced nothing. Even this art right here, this is an art reference sheet that was made in 2020 by a different artist. They were just using it as their own reference.
I fucking called it! So not only is this asshole a scammer, he's an art thief too.
Yeah.
For this PC template. And as you can see, all they did was crudely copy and paste other images on top of this PC template and added a couple notes here and there. That's all they did. I'm sure you or me or anyone else who's not even good at this stuff could probably produce something like this in a half an hour. But they're charging nearly $15,000. Well, guess what? They say, well, that's justified because I spent 120 hours doing this. And of course...
Wow! You sat there, drew one line, took a hour break, and then came back and drew another line, and then took another hour break.
Took a 3-week vacation, then came back. 120 hours, my ass.
I hate people like that.
They asked Dokibird and her team, can we get a time-lapse video of the PC build? Can we get pics of anything that happened? Can you prove to us that you produced anything? And they refused.
Yeah,
and now
no.
they want $15,000. And now Kat is making a video accusing Dokibird of scamming this artist and shortchanging them when all they did was produce a reference sheet and then refuse to provide any evidence of the supposed 120 hours they put into making this PC that, for all we know, never actually existed. So Kat and also many Niji-Sanji sycophants are attacking Dokibird. They're raking her over the coals for this because she didn't want to pay $15,000 for a reference sheet. Make it make
This is pissing me off. This is literally pissing me off.
Pretty much.
I would never... I don't know, this might just be me, but I wouldn't charge anyone without, like, actual evidence that my shit's being made.
Like, every time we commission ours, we always get, sketches. Like, you got the sketch. I got a sketch for my V2 model.
And she also required a screenshot of payment for both of our use.
Yeah.
And junk.
Sense. Ladies and gentlemen, this whole thing is so ridiculous, and it's even more ridiculous when you look at the pinned comment on this video, where there's so many updates on this, you can't even keep track of what's going on. She tries over and over again to basically double down on her original take and to say right here at the beginning, the buyer has been refunded the original amount and an extra $1,000. However, the artist involved hasn't been compensated at all.
No shit.
The artist is not an artist at all, is a fucking scammer.
I didn't include this yet, but yes, they came to an agreement. The winner of the competition and Dokibird, they agreed privately, and they amicably agreed on a price. Instead of giving the PC, because this whole thing fell apart, they gave them thousands of dollars, including an extra $1,000 to go out and build their own PC. So that was solved privately before this video was ever even made. So they're rehashing drama on behalf of someone who is totally fine with the result.
Yeah.
But they still double down on this, and they also say
because they're trying to support the freaking scammer.
Yeah.
Poor artist hasn't been compensated at all. yeah, I'm sorry they didn't want to pay $15,000 for a reference sheet. Like, are you serious? And really, the whole crux of her video, the entire basis, is trying to blame Dokibird for the actions of her management. Okay, she's saying, too bad, I know you're working through your managers, but they're responsible to you. So it's your fault. You're responsible for what your managers are doing. Boy, would that standard blow up in her face, because for...
So, Dokibird's literally going to court and stuff for these management assholes.
I think she eventually got that all settled out.
She did?
She's got better management now.
Okay, so she got those jerks fired and she's got someone actually reliable.
Yeah.
That's good.
For some reason, she has decided over the past 2 days to rehash a controversy that happened in November of last year. So
What's this?
Kat got in some big trouble when she made this video about this Alicia VTuber here, where she basically clickbaited this woman's cancer diagnosis for a drama video.
Oh,
Obviously,
Lisa's another one I follow.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, apparently she's going through like chemotherapy and cancer and stuff.
Oh.
I don't know what the whole story of this.
that didn't go over very well.
Oh, because she's keeping people up to date on her health. This bitch here is accusing her for using her disease as fucking
Clout.
But
wow.
again, this happened in November of last year, but now
Cancel
she's
this bitch.
publicly addressing this,
I watch
saying,
Alicia.
addressing the cancer clickbait incident with Alicia.
Someone
There was
cancel
a
this
situation
bitch.
where a Alicia, come on, dude, you didn't even proofread this, where a Alicia was hacked and lost access to their YouTube channel, and
Oh yeah, that happened. Someone hacked her YouTube. She had 2 YouTube channels that got taken down. She basically got them back.
How'd she get hacked again, or do we know?
I think because she was collabing with someone. They got their Twitter hacked somehow.
Oh, yeah.
It was some weird...
I had made a video about it titled something like
is why
VTuber
collabs
with
are really
cancer
hard to
was
come by,
hacked.
huh?
The VTuber publicly expressed on their Twitter that they did not want people to talk about their hacking situation, and I wanted to respect that. I was going to delete the video. At this point, the video was not live. It was
Sisters
sitting as
don't give
private
a
on my
damn.
channel. I should have deleted the video
She's the one
immediately to
who's-
avoid
Ultimately, this lady right here, she's the one who's clickbaiting and clout chasing other people's unfortunate happens.
It happens.
to avoid miscommunication with my editor, and that's
I
my
miss?
fault. However,
Dokibird,
while I was asleep, my
VTuber
editor
drama.
posted the video without me knowing.
Dumb
Ding,
bitch,
ding,
dumb
ding.
bitch.
So she's
Not
attacking
Dokibird, this lady.
Dokibird, saying, you can't pass this blame on your manager who was communicating with this contest winner. You're wrong for that. It's your fault. And then here, addressing a 6-month-old controversy, she passes all of the blame onto her editor, a third party, just like she's accusing Dokibird of doing.
Wow.
Ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous.
Hey, this is almost kind of sounding like Cinder,
Yeah.
where she's trying to pass the blame on other people for her own dumb research. Or not even research, just dredging up stuff.
Yeah.
Completely ridiculous person that we're dealing with here, and people are crucifying this woman, and I think rightfully so, for this weird attempt to show herself as a good person. Again, addressing controversy that happened like 6 or 7 months ago. Why are we talking about this now amidst all of this controversy
Exactly.
with the video on Dokibird, which is
Speaking of which, how is her cancer going, though?
I haven't kept up. I think she's still posting on YouTube, so
That's good.
it must be going okay.
Or it could be Cinder. Yes, the twist is Cat is Cinder.
still up. It's got. I don't know why she's doing this. It
Look at that
can't be worth
dislike
all
ratio.
this. And also, I'm not going to show it, but in her response to that VTuber, she also shared that she paid the VTuber money as like reparations or like compensation for making the video. She gave her like
Excuse
$150, but she posted a screenshot of the PayPal of this VTuber and crudely just drew like a thin line over her legal name. And you can see her.
Excuse me?
So she basically...
Pray for Dokibird's health.
Play for Alicia's health. Shit.
Yeah, Alicia's the one who has the cancer. But I do pray for Dokibird's health too. After all this shit that keeps happening to
So
her.
she doxed this person. Jesus.
Her legal name. She essentially doxed the woman. For what? I have no idea. It's so weird. It seems like it's malicious. How
Yeah.
else does that happen? How else do you end up in a situation like that where you're not censoring properly a legal name? It's crazy. This whole situation is a disaster, and everything that this woman talks about blows up in her face because she's a tourist. She wants the attention, and unfortunately, the attention she is receiving now is negative because she botched another situation, this time involving Dokibird.
Sheesh.
But yeah, that was that.
I feel so bad for this poor girl.
She went through some shit.
And then also, I hope Alicia gets better with whatever